We love hip-hop.
Yeah. Regarding our topics. We had 38 hats last year. Hopefully we don't get more this year. How many of these hats do you think are attributed to the Toronto police? All right. How many of the 38 hats that happened in 2025 were facilitated by the crooked Toronto police?
I'm not just saying this as a joke. I want to say 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, I was going to say like 5.
6, 7.
I was about to say all of them.
All of them is crazy.
No, I'm just playing, but you're right.
So I'm going to play a news story here because this is based on Project South. South. Right? And quick fast, if you could bring us back on screen over here, Jake. Project South, just to give you guys some quick context, or you guys already know, but the audience, that's the raid that's been going on from a months-long investigation that stemmed from a guard in the Toronto South who was playing too much by the rules, I guess. And they were like, we got to off this guy. And they made 3 attempts on this guy. They went, shot his house up twice. And then the last time they tried
Officers?
Yeah.
No, man them. And the officers are giving them the intel on where he lives, as well as multiple other addresses and shit like that.
So officers are facilitating it.
They facilitated this one, right? But they facilitated others, and that's what they found from the investigation. But the reason they called it Project South is because it was stemming from this guy in the South and them trying to murder this guy, bro.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
With help from Toronto police.
Yes.
I don't mean to laugh. Even though, you know what, it is funny. It's guardies and cops. Like, I'm laughing. Like, bro, whatever.
Is it also York Regional Police or just Toronto?
It's everybody, bro. There's people who got suspended from Peel.
With pay, though.
There's some with pay. There's some without pay. It's getting crazy. So now we can play the clip. Because one of the main guys, he got denied bail.
Comment. Well, meanwhile, bail has been denied for a Toronto police officer implicated in a wide-ranging criminal probe in York Region, which saw 7 active TPS officers arrested. CB24, Sija Liu joins us live.
Sija.
Bringing us up to speed. Sija.
Bakari, we just learned that bail has been denied for Toronto police officer Timothy Barnhart. He is the officer that is facing 17 charges in relation to Project South, including drugs, trafficking, and providing an address to a criminal organization that led to that alleged murder plot. So he is facing more charges than anyone else, the alleged ringleader of this. And for more on his bail decision, along with the wider criminal impacts of this probe, I'm joined by criminal defense lawyer Joseph Newberger live right now. Sir, thank you so much for your time this evening. First off, what do you make of the bail hearing decision for this officer, Timothy Barnhart, being denied today?
That's
I think it's appropriate. He was a key figure in passing along highly sensitive information, which was allegedly provided to a criminal organization for the purposes of possibly carrying out a murder, and it was linked specifically to shootings in York Region. Now, I preface all this, of course, that these are allegations, and these officers enjoy the presumption of innocence like anybody accused, but the allegations themselves, and I think the evidence that the Crown would have presented at the bail hearing was very cogent and would compel someone hearing this case to detain him for public safety and for further offenses.
Now, this officer...
All right.
Yo, bro. Go.
So they have to keep him detained, the bail denied because they're worried about public safety. He's a cop.
I'm about to say, to be a police officer in the bin must be like terrifying.
But you got to remember, he tried to off something.
Yes.
So, and he tried to off a guardie.
Or I think he was a captain in there. Or
that's
something.
playing by the rules.
Yeah.
That guy's getting all the Cheetos. What are you talking about?
It depends on where
he's good.
It depends on where they send him.
True.
He's good.
What if they send him to a place where nobody knows what he did? Like
they know everybody knows what's going on right now.
And stuff,
Everybody knows.
And they're gonna ask the paperwork
in the city, like because he's gonna be in like either the south, the east, or whatever, the west or whatever.
Yeah.
Everybody in the city.
Yeah.
Because remember, there's TVs that you can still catch like the news on range, right?
Of course.
Everybody's like, "Oh, lie!" They tried to get friggin' what's the name there? Harry Potter.
Harry. Oh shit.
Well, how about the other guards? Do you think they're gonna kind of like bully this guy because you killed one of our own, or you tried to?
Because they hate him.
Yeah.
Right. And listen, this is a lot of stuff. I've been doing my Reddits and stuff too, right? And I had some conversations behind the scenes, but like I've done a lot of Reddit searching, and they know about this guy Harry Potter. They don't have his name, and the news hasn't published his name yet either. But they're saying that this guy was a hard ass, like man, them who are trying to get phones in, all these different things.
He's the reason why certain man can't get a phone.
Yes, he's like, nah, stop that. Hey, buy the books. You know what I'm saying? So those same guardies are gonna be like, yeah, that pussy, y'all, you guys didn't kill him, fam. Damn, bro.
Imagine the guy who sent the hit the morning he woke up and went to bed like, yeah, man, that guy's gone.
Yes.
Woke up and said, you guys didn't kill him.
So for that police, and listen, doesn't mean that he's not in any kind of dire conditions or whatever, but he has less chances of it because the jail wanted that guy out of there.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
I don't know what to say. That's only like a subsection of the jail. I feel like the warden kind of rocked. He wants those kind of employees, you know what I mean? So it's like, yo, you just got rid of our golden goose, broski. Like this guy was probably stopping like 30. He probably had like an increase of like 30% of like stoppage or whatever. You know?
But that's assuming that they want things going quote unquote according to plan or like by the rules. From what we're learning, there's 7 officers that have been arrested and there's more suspended. A lot of these guys don't care about the rules, from the cops down to the jail, fam. So like, I don't think like integrity is something that's on the forefront. They're more like, yo, you're stopping us from being unintegrity or whatever the word would be. You know what I'm saying?
I think there's always a protocol with police where there's certain things that they purposely like turn a blind eye to. Like, for example, when they do drug arrests and then they'll falsely report the cash and they'll just pocket the cash and get their houses renovated or get a bunch of tattoos. But it's like, so it's kind of like they know when to play by the rules and when not to.
Yes.
But my whole thing is, what about this officer's pre-existing arrests that he's made? I'm assuming that he's probably arrested some people before, right? So don't you feel like that will kind of make his situation more difficult when he's inside? I don't think he's just going to be a hero in there.
It depends.
Depends.
And you know what?
Let me pull him up unwillingly.
He's going to be in PC or actually he's in PC. So let me pull up something over here. Courtesy of,
if he wants to go GP.
Or no, this is my wrong link. Wrong link. Sorry, Jake.
But a lot of people say like, the police protect their own. So do you feel like there are also people on the inside, like in the police force, that still will protect him? Or do you feel like he betrayed the code?
He's being protected right now.
Well, he's got the gangs on his side. That's one thing, because like he's freaking giving intel. Okay, I got it over here, Jake.
He's good in there.
So this is courtesy of Canada Cop Watch. Right? It says Constable Tim Barnard, right, denied bail, and he is now in PC protective custody. Next court date is March 19th. All right, so this is the photo of him. And yeah, they just give a breakdown of what we already know. But like, he's in PC.
But if he's just helping out one gang, wouldn't like another gang be like, yo, he didn't help us out. He's still Babylon.
And I don't know. We don't know if he's just helped one gang. Like, this is a months-long investigation. Who knows how much more corruption? That's why I asked you guys in the beginning. Out of the 38 hats that we had last year, how many of them are the boy them? Not just this one guy who got arrested or the 7 guys who got arrested, but we know that there's corruption.
But I remember when I was saying that. I said that a couple years back. I was saying, I feel a lot of these murders that go down that there's no leads to are by the boy them.
Well, it's not necessarily by them, but they're giving the tip to the man them.
Okay, cool.
Right?
And
now to go do it.
And now I'm like, I can go, I'm one of the boy them. I'm the detective that's on the scene and go clean up that mess.
Yeah.
And I think there's also a good argument to be made that a lot of these organized crime, like gangs or whatever, they have insiders as officers. Like, I don't want to be like, oh, the HA has it or like, stuff. But like, I'm sure there are gangs or mafias that have police officers actively in there that are playing both sides. Yeah. This guy kind of looks like he wouldn't just deal with a one gang. Like, he probably deals with a gang that deals with a bunch of gangs.
This guy would know. I'll say it, named Pee-wee.
Yeah.
These are like, ever so often there's officers, constables, detectives that pop up out of the woodworks out of the Metro Toronto Police Force that are like the man them, if you really want to say, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Pee-wee was a notorious Parkdale cop for the most time.
Very much
he's
so.
moved around to different
he would be on the lake shore.
Yeah,
with Bear.
I know him from the Parkdale times. Like, I never had any interactions, but like my peoples over there used to tell me about how he'd like come like down the block. in freaking rollerblades and a dread wig. He's like a white cop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he would just, but like sometimes he would let the man them go.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like he would catch the man that would work and be like, yo, just
get out of here.
Just get out of here.
But then he was a part of it because then he would be smoking it or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
So they'd say, right?
Very crooked. And he caught a lot of charges.
Rollerblades and a dread wig, he was definitely smoking it.
Yeah. Smoking it.
Yeah, he was off the wall.
Yeah, and then there was a bunch. And then like in the Rexler area, like Rooster. Like there's always
there was a guy I think called RoboCop that people used to talk about.
There was one from Peel.
But don't they have like a rigorous application process where they do crazy background checks? Like how would they not be able to monitor these sort of external relations that these officers are having?
Well, we interviewed a cop and he said that he knew a rapper from back in the days when they were both kids, but now he's like a known rapper. And I would imagine that if he was not a drill rapper or a street rapper, he would have said the name because it would have been mattered. But he's probably a street rapper. He never told us the name after behind the scenes neither. But they're not going to see that when they're doing a background check.
No,
you know what I mean? Who you know from back in the days.
And and you know what happens? A lot of them to disconnect when they know they're going to go to that field of life. And where they do the background check, because I do have a friend, like a close friend who was trying to be a police officer, and because his mom sold drugs, he couldn't become a police officer because she has been caught for drugs. Even if their life has changed, right? So there's certain things that you have to disconnect from, and then you can come back around. Because there's mans from the hood that are boy them, right? Yeah, bro. No mans grew up Gina Finch, Rexdale, all them places, they're boy them, bro.
Didn't the guy that we were talking to, he grew up in one of the areas, I forget exactly where. You know what I'm saying? But he's not from like freaking outside of Toronto.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No, they're from like not for the man them are like.
And let me salute to his name because he's probably watching, or his wife. Salute to Dennis Dunkley.
Oh yeah, salute.
You know what I'm saying? But like he's one of the man them. He's a rapper.
Yeah.
He's a Christian rapper, but like he's a rapper same way. Like one of the man them who became a cop. It started making me think too, fam, when I was doing a live stream talking about this, like how many cops get approached with like corrupt offers? Like you're in the force, how many years before you get approached and you like look the other way or let's take this extra brick out the trunk?
It's the squad that you get like put on. Like, let's just say like you're in like there's certain squads, right? I don't want to say the names of them, but like there's certain squads. And if you're in, you'll start to notice what's going on. Because I do have a friend that's a boy. You know what I'm saying? And he's in a deep squad.
Well, okay, but
it's like, and
you
I'm
might
not,
need to
he ain't no rat. I ain't no rat. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a guy.
What do you mean by squads? Like cop squads?
Yeah. There's certain
like your
squads,
crew.
like morality squads. There's certain squads for drug. There's certain squads for
the homicide.
That's a detective like thing, right?
Yeah.
We have those jump out boys. You have the guys that come with the fucking, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I almost feel like probably every squad has their own like culture within it. So let's say if you're in the drug one, it's like, okay, we're gonna beat these guys up, take a lot of money, say that we only got this much money, and say that, you know, this happened.
Don't tell Captain Roy nothing.
Exactly. And
Shut the hell up, or else you're out of the damn
And then
thing.
if you're like, well, it's against the rules.
Bam! In the same flipping melee we just did.
Or like you're not going to be able to work your way up now because it's like, it's still like I don't want to say like a Proud Boys club or whatever, but
yes,
like, you know, it's like a frat.
It's
so
a
it's
fraternity,
like, So it's kind of like they have their rules that are written and then they have the unwritten rules.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you want to really work your way up, you got to gain their trust. So it's like, look, bro, it's like training day. Like training day, you know, like this is what we're going to do. It's like, isn't that against police policy?
I don't want to like point homie out because he gave us like a great conversation. I don't even want to call it an interview. It's a conversation. But like, it made me think about him because we got that close in proximity to an officer.
Without being arrested.
Without being arrested, you know what I'm saying? Not being in trouble. And it's like, and he seems so cool. And I'm sure he is cool.
Some of them are.
But like, fam, like if you're out there in the field, there's going to be one day where one of the guys say, yo, fam, I shot this person, bro. Just chill, bro. It's like, don't say nothing, fam. You know what I'm saying?
And you're like, yo, that's my sergeant. Like, I can't say anything. And if I do, I'm probably never going to work my way up from constable. Like,
yes, bro. Like this.
You're gonna have a desk job. You're outside directing traffic one day.
Now you're on a bicycle.
Yeah, you're on a bicycle. Get out of here. You're riding the horse.
Fam, with all of what we're finding out now, with all of these cops that are getting busted, you're telling me that there's not more? So, like, I feel like at some point in time, you have to get faced with some kind of corrupt offer.
But yes, but that's because of how much they're really making, brother, to risk their life every day. That's why the crime rate is up. Because how many of them will just come to work that day, their bitches in their ear like, nah, nah, nah. Then they have to drop their kids at school. And then they now going to go and fight crime?
But they make good money.
I heard they make good money.
They're 6 figures
Look up
starting.
what they make, bro.
I'm going to look it up.
They don't make good money, dog.
You guys think
they wouldn't be doing crime.
You guys think there's more corrupt cops than there are like ones? No, I don't think so.
I think it's 50-50.
No, I think it's less
so.
than 50-50. I think the majority of them want to follow the rules, and then it's maybe like
They
10
start
to
like
15%. Everyone starts like that.
Until they see one day they go on a flex or they get a call and they see the big man that they're rolling with, blam a man, clean up the thing, put the gun right beside him and say, yeah.
Yeah, put the gun in his hand.
And tell him to shut up. Little corporal. Corporal.
Okay, so I pulled up some stats over here. Entry level is $83,000 to $95,000 a year. That's entry level, lower
Metro,
experience.
Toronto.
Yeah. I put in Toronto. Average police make in Toronto, and it says experienced constables make a salary reported around $100,000 to $115,000 a year. That's not bad.
That's not bad.
But you're
decent.
fighting crime though.
But I also feel like there's so many little kickbacks that we don't know about, like those, like cash grabs.
How many arrests you get? They probably have games.
Or like, if they do like if they seize a bunch of drugs, right? They say they just burn it, but it's like, bro, you're probably gonna sell that work back to the streets somehow.
You're not supposed to. You're supposed to put it in the locker until it's time to get it destroyed.
You're sitting with $70,000 worth of cocaine in the locker.
Okay, I'll tell you this.
Your girls,
it's sitting there for like the first 6 months until you have them do now. One of them are doing like a buy and bust situation. So I'm gonna take something from the room.
Yes.
I'm gonna get the. I just signed off on it because the guy is gonna be there to sign off, and then when he signs off, I took an extra because I'm in with the guy in the back. There's my extra bread.
So, okay, with all of these different things that we just mentioned, what's the percentage of corruption that's in the TPS? And that's even this the whole 100%.
Whole thing, even how they get there, dog, is corrupted, bro.
Damn. So they're all corrupted.
They're all corrupted.
I'm gonna go like 10 to 15%, 20 max.
15,
yeah.
Wow, you're pretty optimistic, guy.
I just feel like because I feel like the majority of people are like scared to lose their job and stuff, So
not Miskins, bro.
Yeah, and a lot of Miskins become cops. Like a lot of people who were just like athletes in school. Obviously, there are some people who are like, oh, they were in the streets and now they're on the other side. But I think the vast majority, it's like, yo, I'm cool with my 85,000, 90,000. I'm gonna work my way up. I'm gonna follow the rules. Whenever someone tries to get me to do something bad, I'm just gonna
tell on them.
I'm not gonna do anything, you know?
And you think that's 85% of the TPS?
Yeah.
That feel that way?
Nope.
I think so. We're all like assuming conjecture. I have zero info to confirm this.
And we're all entitled to our opinion. I fuck with it.
Yeah.
I just feel like it. Maybe 50-50 is jumping out the window, but I feel like a good 35-40%. And the rest of the percent, the 65, let's say, they've been compromised. They're not corrupt, but they've been in a compromising position where they had to look the other way just for the brotherhood of the blue or whatever.
Yes.
That's different though.
So now how many detectives are there? And then how many actual uniform cops are there? That's where you would have to make the decision, because I see more of like a blind eye if you're a detective. Uniform cop, someone's seen you just arrest a man. You know what I mean? You can't. It's not like it's Eglinton and like I've been in black neighborhoods, obviously, and they have a little bit of leniency. When weed was illegal, they'd catch mans and it'd be like, yo, bro, that's my last quarter. Now. Can you really get that back? I'd be like, yo, because I try around here every day. It's over the fence.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's direct corruption. Like, it's not like when you go to Mexico and you get pulled over and they're like, yo, give me this much money and we'll let you go. Like, I think 90% of them will still execute their job. But I think in any industry, it's only like a small, maybe 10% of people who will step outside the rules for like their own gain. But what would you say the percentage is?
No, I agree with you. I think it's like 20%, because when we say, oh, these officers are risking their life, most of the times they're not like they're not running into fire, burning down buildings, and it's not shootouts every day. You know what I mean? Like, I think a lot of them, like I said, they're mesquite. They're happy with their 100 bands a year. You know what I mean? At most, they'll look the other way. Like, okay, like they caught you speeding, but like you're a good you. They think you're a good guy. Like, okay, we'll look the other way for this. You know?
And no, but when I say corruption, I mean inside, like they see somebody doing something illegal on the force. And they don't say shit. They don't report it.
Here's what I'll say. I'll say like maybe 10% to 15 to 20% are the perpetrators. The vast majority, that 60% you were talking about, they're neutral. They're not going to snitch on you for, whatever you did, but they're not going to. Exactly. And then the other 10% or like 20%, whatever, they'll snitch on you for breaking the rules.
Yeah, like if they find out that so-and-so has bodies, like 4 bodies, or he freaking gave the address so 4 mans can catch bodies, he's telling. But the rest of them, they ain't saying shit, man. They know man has bodies. They're not saying shit.
They're compliant.
I still say it's because it's a code of conduct, and I still think it's controlled. That environment, you will not be around those guys.
No, exactly.
Like if I know I'm in the squad of the drug squad, and we've laid out mans, and now they're saying new kid coming named Billy Bob Joe. His dad used to be. I'm gonna be like, send first week we get him out of here. Yo, bro, bye.
Or just make it really hard for him where he wants to transfer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Comes in first day, we bring him to a flipping place. A big drug dealer pulls a pumpy on him, right to him. We have to wall him up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Have him up.
And you orchestrated it.
You orchestrated the whole thing. Get this guy out of here.
And it's not a far-fetched story because these guys are locked up right now
for it. Fam, I'm telling you guys the truth. A lot of police officers I've encountered, they're all corrupt, bro. Especially if you're in neighborhoods where it can go down. Nigga, you're getting away with murder.
But do you feel like some of them are corrupt, almost being like a double agent? So it's like you'll pretend you're corrupt so you can get more information. So it's like they're still working as police officers, or it's like they're actually going against the force.
You got to see it like this. If they weren't getting paid, you guys see that number. I think that number is a facade. Because if you were getting paid to those type of numbers, all these streets would be good.
Nah, that's cap.
Exactly.
It's not enough anymore.
They're
that
not getting
much money.
paid that amount of money. That's why they have to go when they see the drug. When they go and do a bust on a dope boy, they're taking his shit.
No, I'm saying the streets will not ever be crime free. Like no matter how much police officers get paid.
I wasn't speaking literally crime free. I was just saying like it would be a perfect world if these guys were making flipping.
Bro, you can't keep saying perfect world.
It wouldn't be it's not a perfect world, bro.
And you know what? Even that kind of money, it sounds like a lot, just saying it, but it's not really a lot.
They get taxed.
Not
for
to
it.
go, you get taxed, and you're not just working at a call center or something making that kind of money. You're actually running around with a gun, responsibilities, worried about getting killed. So, are you really saying $100,000 a year is enough? Nah,
how many police officers? How many police officers get killed a year in Toronto? Though I don't think most mans go out every day like, oh honey, like let me kiss the kids. I don't know if I'm coming home tonight.
No, but they could have freak accidents.
But I'm looking.
Anybody could have a freak.
And I'm also looking at Toronto at the same scale as like a New York or somewhere, where I'm sure they probably get relatively the same, probably a little bit more or less, right? Like, is it really worth to be in a metropolitan city? And it's not only getting shot or whatever. You have to deal with crackheads. You have to deal with a lot of shit.
Needles.
And then once you throw in that, you have your wife, you have a house, 120 bands is like
nothing.
Yeah, you're looking to catch drug dealers so you can take their money.
Right.
You're going to confiscate their jewelry and sell it.
Can I ask another question? How many times a week do they really work?
I'm not sure.
Don't they have like blocks where they work like consecutive and then they have like breaks and stuff?
So they might all work only twice a week, bro.
No. They work sometimes.
But they're on salary, so it doesn't matter. But what I was gonna say,
that matters. Salary matters because then you're capped. That's the worst to be on a salary. No, hourly.
No,
if you did 18 hours in the one day, you get paid for 18 hours.
But if you're doing hourly and like you only work 2 days a week, then
you're screwed.
But if you have salary and you're working 2 days a week, your salary is not, you're blessed.
But then they have the extra gigs where it's like a concert or like construction where you get paid hourly. He was
breaking that down to
us. So if there's a prom or something.
That's what I'm saying. So you gotta wonder what days how many days a week do they really work?
But what I was gonna say,
I have a 3 shift a week, bro.
When I got arrested, I had bread on me. And then everything got confiscated or whatever. And then, the judge said I was supposed to get everything back because I proved that my bread was for my work. You know what I mean? So, like, when I went back, and this was in Montreal, when I went back to Montreal to get my sit-in, broski, I got my jewelry back, bless. I got my clothes back, bless. My phone. But yo, where the fuck's my money, dog?
You're never getting that back.
Where's my cash?
That's Tim Hortons change,
don't know what you're talking about.
Look at his arm; it's
bro.
probably tatted.
Bro, it wasn't no chump change. It was bread. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I was expecting. You know what I mean? But,
need a gift for wifey, yo. You know what I'm saying? But listen, no salutes to go around, okay? Because we're just talking about corrupt Toronto cops.
Salute Dunkley. I think he's he's one of the Miskeen ones.
Yes. we'll keep him on the Miskeen list for now.
We love hip-hop.
If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to check out these other videos on the screen and make sure to like and subscribe.
We love hip-hop.